making the paper style bag. Just going to draw in the lines. I'm just doing this in a green pen so that it shows up, but you can do this just with your awl or a light mark. So if you follow the template from the download link, some of these creases we're going to bend the opposite way, namely these last two middle ones here and here. Just get this line across the bottom for the base. You can obviously scale this up or down, this pattern. This just gives us a nice, useful size, fairly small little bag, but you can obviously do different ones. And then I'm just going to cut from the bottom, so I'm going to cut up here and here. And then we want to take a 45-degree angle off. And then this edge here, I'm just going to take a little piece of sandpaper and I'm going to sand that down just to thin it so that when it folds over it's making a neater angle. It leaves lots of hairs. I'll put the ruler up against it. I'll make sure I don't go over the area I want. You can also use a skyber or a knife to do this. And if I turn it to the right side up, I'm going to do the same on this overlap bit, so it's 1 centimetre in. Just checking it to see the thickness of how much I want to take off. Next, I'm just going to add some water down these creases with a paintbrush. On all the lines. And then taking the ruler, I'm going to place it down on the line so that the ruler is this side of the line, and then pressing up and using the round piece end of the awl, I'm going to push that up against that ruler edge. and rub that along to set that crease in. You can also fold it down, make sure it's straight across the top there, and again just pressing that down using a wood slicker, a bone folder, or the end of your awl. Now is a good time to add any decoration or anything if you want to do that. Now for the fun bit, probably an idea to wear gloves. I've got a tray here with some colours in, so I've got some red, pink and gold. I've done black, the turquoise and gold for the ones in the photos. So I'm just going to get a bit of water and thin down. I'm using the Identity Store water-based leather stains. I just want them to be fairly liquid so that they will flick nicely. And then finally, just for putting it together, so working on the pattern side, I'm going to take the tape over these end pieces, except this middle one. And we want it down, flick it over, want it down on this side where we sanded off. And across this bottom last piece. And just before we put it together, I'm just going to use my pinking shears and take a little pinking line, just because it has that nice little extra detail of looking like a paper bag. Also, it gives me a little bit I can use for a little bit of a gift tie. So, pinked edge. Now we can lift off our double-sided tape. Just trim that bit where it's hanging over. I tend to use the awl just to press down and lift off the papers, just because I don't have very good fingernails. and then we're ready to fold it over. Line up those verticals. Give it a good squeeze and press down. And then when you turn it upside down, you want to press those flaps down this way. And with the piece that's got the tape on the top, press those over and get them to meet. And then lastly, press over the extra bit of flap. Just make sure everything's tucked in place. And it can be easier to put your hand in from the bottom and just press everything together so that all the tapes are meeting. I'm just going to push down from there. Give it a little squeeze to shape, and you can add your handles, and there you have gift bags.